Good morning. Happy Monday. The 27th, not the 20th. Thank you, Tammy. Uh, oh, there goes a puppy. I forget what that puppy's name is. Um, yeah, it's Monday morning. We have a very exciting morning lined up for you today. You're gonna just be so excited when you hear what we're gonna do. Guarantee. And Yeah, hand camera is not working, so that's nothing new. Monday, Monday, Monday. So here's some stories. Mr. Mustache is being a butt. He decided that it's fun to look for my feet under the covers, which sounds really sweet. But here's the deal. I hadn't cut his claws yet. They were very sharp. He doesn't like to get under the covers. He just wants to go like this. And while he's doing that, the covers, hi Tammy, the covers, you know, squish up so he can get closer. So he's still out of the covers. Clawed his way. He commando clawed his way. I might have told you this last week. I don't know. He commando claws his way into the area where I am. And then he sticks his claws into my shins, which are like just bones. So ouch. So I figured out how to cut his nails after 2 days of that. So that helped a lot because now it actually feels kind of good when he gets to my calves. And my sheets are shredded. They're shredded. Oh, I can show you the picture because the stupid camera's not working. I have hopes that it's going to work. Anyway, shredded. Like shredded. Part of it is like all fuzzy, like if your couch arm was, played with by a cat, and part of it is actually just is shredded. So, do we mend our sheets? I have to figure it out. I can probably mend my sheets. I have other sheets, but he's being a butt. And then last night or this morning, sometime when it was dark, he did it from behind and stuck his now cut claws into my butt and then bit my butt. I was like, "What?" Like, this isn't fun. I don't want to wake up like this. OMG. So that's fun. So he's being a butt. So there we go. And what other story did I want to tell you? Excuse me. I don't know. My camera's not working, my little camera. So I may have used this mug before, but I can't remember. Most recently, it held knitting needles in my office. I feel like I've done this before, but it's the A&W mug from, it's not back in the day because my kids were little when we got this one. And I also have its baby, the little teeny one. The little teeny one, which I have 3 jump drives that I want to get rid of, but I have to just shove them in my computer and see what's on them. How long will that take? Those have been there for about a year. This is the Sweet Mandarin Burt's Bees lip balm. 10 out of 10. And this is the little thing you shove in your laptop so that the mouse works. But there's only one place to shove. Oh, that's not true. There's 2. See what happens if I shove it in this side. Don't go away. Okay, it went in. Oh, and now the mouse works. Okay, that's what makes the mouse work. I guess I can leave it in there. Yeah. Anyway, I just learned something new because I have the phone that's not working plugged into the spot where I normally would plug that in. Isn't today fascinating so far? So you ready to do the thing? I will. What was the thing I was going to tell you? Yesterday. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to fold the laundry. Isn't that exciting? And there's a grand finale, a big surprise at the end, so you have to watch. Oh, hi, Mr. Mustache. Jerk. Jerk. Butthead. He doesn't care. We're going to fold the laundry. I'll show you exciting things. I'm going to hide my underwear from you, but I already forgot what I was going to tell you. Oh, yesterday was Sunday in February. It was the last Sunday in February, so we did um, month ends. I had month ends. Hi, Vicky. Good morning. And month ends is my clever month ends is my clever way of trying to get all my ends woven in because I do teach a class on how to weave an ends. I'm good at it. I know lots of ways, but I hate doing it. So I get to that point and I'm like, well, I'm done knitting. I don't want to do the rest of this. There's a lot of napkins in here, big squares. I do cloth napkins, by the way. So this was the second official month ends because I started officially in the month that was before February, which is January, but I had a practice run in November, I think. December didn't work because holidays. Maybe it was December. I think it was November. So there was that. And then that's attached to something else. Anyway, the intention, she says with a cracking voice, is that we weave in ends. We just sit down and we have to weave in ends. We have people around us who are also weaving in ends, so that makes us, there's strength in numbers, so we can weave in ends. But it really doesn't matter. You can be working on something else, which is you can be working on anything else. You can even be casting on, all of which is technically finishing something because you're getting farther. So 2 months ago, so last month, January, I started weaving in the ends on a sweater that had many ends based on not a bad decision, but I would make a different decision this time about whether we carry yarn up for stripes or not. These are my pajama bottoms, one set. And got them at the men's department at Target or somewhere because they have pockets and they're long enough. And they were cotton, I think. Were these cotton? It's hard to find cotton pajama bottoms that have pockets and are long enough. Does it say what it's made out of? 60/40. That's close. I used to get them from the men's department at Target, though. Month end used to be a dirty word when I was a property manager. Good to have it be an inspired thing. Yeah, I was I worked in a wheel plant. I worked in a corporate office. Month end, and I have month end stuff for me, for my business, for finances stuff. But I haven't done it for a few months. But I have to get caught up because taxes. I think I'm caught up till the end of the year, so I should just do the damn taxes. Did I tell you that I accidentally sent a folder that I needed for my taxes off with my son when he took the cat back to Chicago? Or not back to Chicago, but to Chicago with him. Hi, Kelly. Pockets! I know. Who wants pajama bottoms without pockets? I have a pattern and I have fabric for making pajama bottoms that I bought when Seams first opened like 3 years ago. I should do that. Hi, do you want to help fold? No, not interested. Yep, so I had to have so I sent him off with the folder that I need for taxes rather than the folder full of the cat's information. So I mailed him the cat information and an extra envelope, and he mailed me back the stuff I need for taxes, which I got last week. So now I need to actually do taxes. I think I have all the things I need. There's a couple things like that. I got emails from a couple places saying we're doing this differently this year, or go here to get your whatever, and I have to figure there's 2 that I have to figure out. I forget what, one's for Patreon and one's for PayPal, I think. I think I read the PayPal one. Month ends. So last month I had one whole person and we had a great time and we got stuff done. Well, we got stuff closer to being done. Maria was working on a shawl that had languished for, I'm going to go with 3 years because she started it in early COVID days. It was the Breathe and Hope shawl, for those of you who remember the Breathe and Hope shawl. And Sarah, that's me, started weaving in ends on a sweater. And for 2 hours we worked. Actually, I think it was closer to 3. No, I think it was, anyway, somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. And I didn't get done weaving in the ends, so I put it away till the next month, which was that just yesterday? It was yesterday. Man, sometimes the days go fast. The days go fast, but like, I don't know. So I pulled it back out yesterday and finished weaving in the ends. So I'm going to wear it to work today, and that's the grand finale. If you bear with me while I fold my laundry, and I hope that the stuff I did that's hanging downstairs is dry. That I did at like 11 o'clock last night, because I need something to wear under my sweater that I wove the ends in on. I think that was, anyway. So I had 5 people sign up. I was excited. I have all the chairs that are currently in my living room were full, so that was perfect. I allow for 8. Wait, 5. Oh, I'm number 6. I allow for 8 because we could cram 3 on each couch, but I don't know if anybody'd really want to be elbow to elbow while they're weaving in ends or whatever. I do have another couch in the room that faces the other way. I have another chair in the room that faces a different way, and I have 6 dining room chairs here that we could drag in. So technically I could have a lot more than 8 people, but right now it's limited to 8. So I had 5, which was very exciting. 1, 2, 3 of those 5 people got in for free. It's a $6 cover charge, because they're patrons on my Patreon account, and patrons get in free for month end. Yay! Woo! So there you go. And then I had 3 paying customers, and my goal is to make you want to get into month ends. Not my goal, but one of my sneaky bits is to make you want to get into month ends free so that you become a patron. There you go. I just folded a whole bunch of underwear. Wait, here's one more. So I couldn't show you what I was folding. And I'm getting cool, victory, awesome. I don't know what that's in reference to. Maybe the weaving in of the ends. But yeah, I'll show you that when we're done. It hasn't been blocked because I'm just going to put it on and wear it. I did wear it if you came to my birthday Zoom in May last year. Okay, if you came to my birthday Zoom in May last year, this is almost March. I don't know what the date is, 25, 26. I wore it on my birthday Zoom last year. It was done, but none of the ends were woven in. Now, did I remember that I said I started weaving in the ends in January of this year? So for June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, for 8 months, it sat, at least 8 months, it sat in a pile waiting to have its ends woven in. And the things that's probably the newest thing in the pile. That's not true. There's newer things. That's how much I hate weaving in ends. So I decided I got done and I'm going to wear it before it warms up too much. Constellation socks. I got these in one of the auctions for Constellation Cat Cafe. Constellation socks. I suspect that they might, I don't know, they might glow in the dark, but I don't think they do. And I have a t-shirt from there that I'm pretty sure glows in the dark, but I haven't tested it. And I want to get a new t-shirt from them that 27 already. Thanks for being my calendar and my watch, Tammy. Mostly my calendar, right. Polar bears with scarves on, gift from my sister, one of my sisters. I used to be like, I don't wear normal socks, but since most of my hand knit socks are blowing out and they're in the pile to be fixed, I've been wearing all the socks that I have, whether that I made them or not. Don't be. Never say never. Oh man, now I have something in my eye instead of just a fuzzy. Please hold. uh, I always look for what it is I'm pulling out of my eye, but it's not always visible. Just want to have a visual success. March is the day after tomorrow. Since I saw you, so month ends. So we had 5 people. I finished my weaving in of my ends. So I pulled out the vase and I put the ends in there and I rang the bell. We have a bell to ring when you finish. Anna was weaving in ends on a sweater that she was weaving ends in January. And I think she didn't finish or we would have heard the bell ring. So I guess we'll see the sweater again in April or March, whatever the next month is. So I had fun. I think it's fun. I saw some people I hadn't seen for a long time. We made, there were some connections made, which is the whole point of getting together, is to meet people and see old friends, and that's my goal in life, is to just have people meeting and having fun and making connections. Okay, this isn't, an apron. I started wearing aprons because I didn't want cat hair in my food. I'm not that much of a slob. I can be, I guess, if I try hard. But you don't have to try hard. Hi, no, that's not for you. I'm folding it. He wants to help with the straps. They're not called straps. The ties. Anyway, because I have animals or had more animals, and the animals all shed somehow. What goes over here? I didn't want their hair in my food, so I'm usually covered with animal hair. I folded that, and it can't possibly be right because it shouldn't make that shape. So let's try that again. I don't know what I did differently. Does it matter? It's folded. Not a clue. Aprons. So now I have aprons because I don't want, and also because I'm a slob. It is that shape. That's weird. I'm a slob at the sink, so I'll end up with water on my whatever clothes I'm wearing. Okay, another t-shirt. This is exciting. Month end. So that was fun. I was excited. When I went to bed on Saturday night, I had 1 person signed up. And when I opened the door, I had talked to 4 other people. Well, yeah, 4 other people. So it was exciting. I'm excited that it actually came to fruition. Not that Maria and I didn't have a great time, but it was nice to have a lot of people there. I didn't show you my shirt. I have always wanted, not always, for a long time I've wanted to have t-shirts that said things and then to wear jackets over them. Just saying. This would be the top of some pajamas and it's inside out, so this is going to take a while. Since we last spoke on Monday, my son and Karina, oops, I'm probably not supposed to say names, Jordan and his girlfriend, how about that, came to have dinner with me on Monday at El Azteco, yay, where I've had blue corn enchiladas every time I've gone since 1970, well, not 79, but shortly after that. Except one time my friend Terry made me share some topopo salad with her, which was much more delicious than I thought it was going to be. Oh, this is my pajama top. It's black. Always thrilled to find black pajamas. More undies. You can't see those. And then they came back to the house and we visited and they spent the night, and then I made breakfast in the morning, and then they took a nap and then off they went to have a meal with their dad, with Jordan's dad, my ex. And they're so happy together, Jordan and his girlfriends. I was very, it was the first time I'd met her, and he uses them flawlessly for all pronouns, even for the cat. So I was, hi, Nicole, it's nice to see you. Yay. You found me. he uses they and them flawlessly just for everything, which is a good solution. And I kind of wanted to call him out on it and say, how long did it take you to get it to just come out? But when he called the cat they or them, oh, now it's raining. It's supposed to be nasty this morning. Kudos to him anyway. Store-bought gloves that I wear under my hand-knit fingerless mitts because my fingers get cold. Yeah, just, layers. Layers are good. So that was a great visit, and he took back his monkey and his teddy bear, and we looked at baby pictures. I felt justified as a mother because finally one of my children wanted to talk about their childhood. I've saved things we looked at baby pictures. We looked at artwork from 6th grade, which was, in the folder labeled 6th grade, because I don't know how I was so organized when I had 2 kids and a different job, but I was. So when he said, we want to see baby pictures, first thing I said was, I'm not prepared. And the second thing was, but I know right where they are. No, Tammy asked if he has the cat that was with me. Jordan is my older son. He's going to be 32 on March 16th. And as of yesterday, he's buying something for his birthday from me. He needs a better phone case because he dropped his phone and the screen cracked. You can't take kids anywhere these days. 32 he's going to be, which is weird because I'm only 36. I can't believe my kids are that old. And the other one has Sam the cat. They both live in Chicago, different parts of Chicago. Which I'm glad. They could have ended up in LA, and they didn't. One of a kind. I fired Cafe Press because quality control was not so good, and it was glitchy, and we'll come up with another shop. I'm also thinking of changing my logo. My friends, my accountability friends, little footy socks. See, I wear all the socks now. My accountability friends who I talk to every Wednesday afternoon currently, we change the day sometimes, are fighting me on the logo I want to change to. It's not as dynamic as your current one, and this looks like vegetation instead of knit stitches. And I'm like, well, good, because it's supposed to be. So we'll see if it happens. Yeah, Sarah Peasley hand knit her shirt. Woo! Unfolding more napkins. We're almost there, which is good because we're running out of time. So that happened. On Wednesday we had an ice storm. And on Friday, lots of ice, like slippery ice. So it's all gone now, but now it's raining. I don't know. Just get all the weather. My underwear pile is getting very tall, which makes me happy because the underwear pile in my underwear drawer is getting very low. It was supposed to be Wednesday, but it got iced out. So on Friday, we had our first stitch together at the shop where Meg's opening her heart and her shop, and has volunteer teachers. Sorry, I'm stumbling. Volunteer teachers and volunteer like donors of knitting needles and crochet hooks, and we're teaching MSU students and faculty and staff how to knit or crochet as a means of healing. Because if you remember, we had a little bit of don't belittle it, Sarah. We had a shooting on campus. 5 people died. 3 people died. 5 people injured. I have not found out what happened to the 5 people. Because, the news, I don't really watch the news, but this is Inside Out. So she has opened her heart and her shop, and I'm volunteering to teach. So the first time was on Friday, and it was delightful. The students were eager to learn. I taught, I did knitting this time because that's what the need was. And we're just having them do very simple cast on, knit cast on, whatever the hell that's called. I used to know. And knitting and then binding off. And that's it. So they're getting garter stitch rectangles and using Spartan green yarn. And when it's a long enough rectangle, they can sew it together. If they can come back and we can help them sew it together, and then they have a cowl, a Spartan cowl. One MSU student has been released from Sparrow. That's great. I need to look up and see what happened with all of them. I haven't heard anything about them since a couple days after. Yeah, there was a storm. So that was Friday. Tonight or this afternoon, there's the next one. I'm working today, so I'm not teaching today, but there'll be more students. They were so delightful. Two of the, how many people were at the table? Oh, one at my table was learning crochet, but that person and two of the knitters were good friends and they were making plans for the evening. And the other one was not related, but was delightful and so excited about the knitting. They were so excited about the knitting. Like, this is really fun. So anyway, it was fun. Little known fact, I actually hate to teach people how to knit because I just will leave it at that. I hate to teach people how to knit. I'd rather have people who know how to knit and then I show them how to do things with that. It was really fun showing these people how to knit. One of the three had already knit before, long time ago, so they were off and running, but the other two had not. I didn't ask this one if they had done any kind of crafty thing. This one had done embroidery and something bizarre. Oh, well, like pot holders, but out of rubber bands, they said, which I can't picture. You know, like anyway, I'm going to have some tea and then we're going to do the grand finale and then the grand finale with the oracle cards. Thank you for keeping me company. So here we go. This is what I'm going to wear to work today. It's been in a wad for a year. Well, what did I say? 8 months? It's the Rocket Tee. Oh, yeah. Well, we only had the 2 hours. Tammy says she cheated and started students on hats, so they got the rhythm first. They were in and out in 2 hours. We wanted them to be able to sustain what they'd learned. I kept stressing, do this as soon as you get home, do this before you go to bed, do it when you wake up, and then you can kind of pace yourself. And we did the knitted on cast on so that they were already knitting by the time they got to the knitting, which they're like, oh, I know how to do this. But isn't that pretty? The yarn, it's the Rocket Tee, ROCKIT by Tanis, something that starts with an L, I believe. And the yarns I chose are the lighter color that you see is, gosh, I'm not prepared, is from Supernova Dye Works, which used to be called Ice Melon Stash, which is a Lansing dyer, although she actually lives in Okemos, which is over here by me. I'm not in Okemos, I'm in Hazlitt. So greater Lansing area. And the colorway is called I Like Turtles, which is funny. And the fuzzy one is identical in composition, that's the word I'm trying to say, this was my first top-down raglan, by the way, ever to knit. I've edited 1,000 of them, literally, but I've never actually knit a top-down sweater. Is that true? I think so. I can't work with mirror image. I'm sorry. This feels like it should be straight. The other one is from Farmer's Daughter. Is that true? No, it's crap. There was Farmer's Daughter that had a similar silk and mohair blend, and there was Yoshi and Lucy, which I think, well, this is one of them. I forget which one. And the colorway is Oceanic. Long story short, I Like Turtles and Oceanic. I thought they went together very nicely. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to wear that to work. So if you want to see it in person, come see me at work. 12 to 5. 9:30. Let's do an oracle reading as fast as we can. I've never gone over my half hour in my entire life. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see if we can get cards that we didn't just get. There's 50. How many are there? 36. But I keep getting the same ones week after week. Even though I shuffle and did you have fun folding my laundry with me? I am done folding my laundry. I have 2 more piles upstairs I was going to bring down, but they're actually folded. I just haven't put them away for like a week. I'm the only person who does that, I'm sure. That was 2. Maybe the trick is to like shuffle an even number of times. Mess up, put together, mess up. No, it should be messed up. I think that was 3. Barely cut the deck. See if that helps. And here we go. There's my table. There's some scissors. Oh, let me tell you this story real quick. I was going to weave in a couple ends on something else now that I'm rolling. And I was using these, which cracked me up. These are a lovely pair of scissors. Do they have a name? Yes, but I can't read it. Griffin? No. Maybe? No. Griffin. They're Griffin, and I think my family got them for me from the Pine Needle, which was a cross-stitch store or embroidery store, but I was into cross-stitch in Pittsburgh when I was somewhere near us when I was growing up. So that was like where I went to spend all my allowance. I made a little case out of felt with a snap so that they would be kept pristine. So you have to do it this way. Mirror image and very sharp. I made a little case, which they fit into if I'm paying attention. There we go. And then they snap. So I had a case to keep them safe. They were my special embroidery scissors. And the person I used to be married to thought it would be funny to put their finger through one of the handles and just start trying to flip them. They were very nice and tight before, and now they're just like this because of that person doing that thing, and it really pissed me off. And I got really mad, and so that person gave me a very nice pair of little teeny gingers that were very sharp, and they weren't allowed to touch them. But they replaced these, but these are still, maybe there's a way to tighten them back up. I don't know. So many reasons that I divorced that person. That is actually one of them. Don't ask me about the red hammer. I'll tell you about the red hammer later. Okay, let's move the keyboard. Here's a chibi. Here's the box. All right, this is the Knitter's Oracle from Alexandra Tinsley. We're going to do a speed reading. Ready? Fingers crossed it's a different card. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. Yay! It's the pattern. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, it's the pattern. It appears to be for a shawlette or perhaps a cowl, but with, I'm going with garter stitch and then roughly a cool border. It's probably knit because it looks like garter stitch, but it could be crocheted. It's in an unknown language, so it could be any language. And it's at least 3 pages long, maybe 5, maybe 6. Isn't that exciting? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. New card. Okay, what? The pattern! Yep, the pattern. Okay, so that's our first one. And to me, that would be ready for a fresh start. It could be ready for a fresh start, like I got the pattern, I can get the stuff to go with it, I can make the new thing. It could be, because it looks all pristine, it could be the finished pattern that you have written. There you go. So an accomplishment. It could be the end of that process or the beginning of a knitting project. It could be something that you got excited about, so you bought the pattern and then you never make it. Who's done that? Raise your hand. I'm trying to get that on the screen. Next card. Ready? Is this one card or 2? So excited. The lace weight silk, that's one of our oldies but goodies. So apparently our pattern, our cowl, our shawlette is going to be made out of the lace weight silk, or maybe we want to try to use the lace weight silk. This is a common theme to make the pattern. Is it time to use the lace weight silk for our pattern? Ugh, the stash. Or do we dive into the stash? Okay, there's my story. Stash says winter clothes and has an asterisk which says some assembly required. It has extra blankets and has an asterisk, some assembly required, and it has Xmas gifts. I always try not to say Xmas because I'm trying to have respect. I just told you a whole lot about myself when I said I'm trying to have respect. Okay, Xmas gifts, asterisk, some assembly required. So ha ha ha, it's all yarn. It's all yarn. So I'm going to go with, wait, I thought I was doing it right side up for you because you're over there, but I did it. There's right side up for you. Oh my gosh, Sarah. It's not just mirror image, it's upside down. All right, but it's not, it's right side up. Well, here's the thing. I just finished a frickin' sweater. Can't tell you the last time I finished a frickin' sweater. So perhaps I can dream about getting a different pattern, thinking about the lace weight yarn, because I have a lot of lace weight yarn that I can pull from my stash, or I can go into my stash and get something else. So this is my thing. This means when you finally finish something after at least 8 months of not wanting to weave in the ends, and then at least 2 months of weaving in the ends, you can reward yourself. You can either look at new patterns, or you can get a new pattern, or you can pull out a pattern you haven't done, or you can pull out a pattern you have done. And you can think about making it. And you can think about making it with the luxurious yarn that you've been hanging on to that keeps popping up in the oracle readings. Or you can go back into your stash and find something that you had been saving for winter clothes or extra blankets or Xmas gifts, or you can actually make one of those things. You can make something new and unplanned, or something planned. There you go. Reward yourself when you finish something. Of course, I have like 30 other things that need to be finished. I have 40 other things. One edited by people we know. Yes, it could be a pattern that was edited by people you know. Ooh, progress in my day job. I think I'm done with. I'm going to have a consultation with my consultant as soon as we hang up here. I made my first crochet chart for a customer, for a client, and I'm very excited because now I have crochet charts under my belt. It was a simple one, but I had to make the symbols, and I had to put them into a crochet chart configuration instead of a grid for like a knitting pattern. I was very proud of myself. I sent it off to my consultant, and they're like, "What does this mean?" And I'm like, and they said, "Well, I read it as you do this and then this and then this and then this and then this." And I said, "That's what it's supposed to mean." And they're like, "But that doesn't make sense because you don't write patterns that way." I'm like, "I'm just making the chart." So I fixed it, I changed it, and I sent it over last night, and I see that there's a message that may or may not be from that person, but we're supposed to have a consultation before I go to work, before I go to the shop. Somewhere I have to squeeze in a shower also. Although my hair doesn't look bad, I could just like get a washcloth, and you don't need to know my personal hygiene habits. I meant to take a shower yesterday, and that didn't happen. Before the people came over, that didn't happen. And then I meant to get up at 8 and take my shower and then be ready here. And I woke up at 7:30 and 8, just like always. And then you know what I didn't do? And then I looked at my phone, and I got here at 8:56. So I can't be taught. I'm going to very quickly read the suggested interpretations for the 3 cards I drew. The pattern is 26, especially since that's a new one. 26, Sarah, not 16. The pattern: information, knowledge, education, guidance, revelation, truth. Information, knowledge, Education, maybe it's something you haven't done yet. Guidance, help through that. Yep. Revelation, oh, that's how you do German short rows. Truth. Happy Monday, Tammy. And then lace weight silk, we've had so many times, I should have this one memorized. Obsession, ambition, desire, addiction, manipulation, and indulgence. Manipulation. And then the stash, 33, that's toward the end. 33. Wealth, abundance, resources, finances. So that's the suggested interpretations. You can make from that what you will. I say reward yourself for finishing a fucking sweater that's been done for almost a year. Pardon my French. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye.